In the last module, I gave you a brief overview of pay-per-click. In this module, I want to go through a live demo showing you exactly everything we talked about, how to create campaigns, how to take a look at your search term report, and I'm going to show you some of my campaigns so you get an idea once it's live and everything's running, what it looks like. So we're here on our search platform, or we're here on our seller platform, and we're going to go to Advertising Campaign Managers. So let's create a brand new campaign first. So we're going to create a campaign here and we're going to call it Exact Match. And we're going to set the daily budget at $20. No end date, and we're going to do select here, select the targeting type. I'm going to do manual targeting. There is automatic targeting from Amazon, but I've never found that it works well. I tend to always stick to manual targeting. You enter your own keywords, you figure it out. So we're going to continue to the next step from there. And we're going to name our ad group here Exact Match. And then you want to select the product you want to use in the targeting. So here we're just going to select one product. We're going to select my flagship product here. And your default bid can be anything. I usually just put it at $1. You're going to change it anyway based on what the suggested bid is, based on what each keyword is showing. So then they're giving you suggested keywords. We don't want the suggested keywords. We're going to provide our own keywords. So here we're going to change match type to Exact Match, and it's going to be one keyword per line. So let's take our one keyword per line. Let's just do a couple here. Let's say car duster, because as you can see that's in my title. And we're going to do California car duster. It really doesn't matter if you do capitals or not. It doesn't take into account. And let's do ultra premium car duster. All of those, as you see, are in my title. You want to take everything from your title, your back end, really go through merchant words, create a lot of these keywords, see what hits, see what doesn't. There's no issue with putting as many as you possibly can, so I recommend that. You can weed through them later. So we're going to press add these keywords. Okay, so now you see the suggested bid here is $1 to $2. So let's take that and let's put it at $1.50 to start. Again, this really doesn't matter what you put it at. You'll see if you get clicks. If you don't, you start raising the bid. If it's too expensive, you can lower it. California car duster, let's again put this at $1.50. And this one is fine at $1. So we're going to hit save and finish. And we've created an ad group. So you'll see here we have Exact Match. That's the ad group we just created. I can go into it. I can see the keywords we have. And here we go. They're all running. Perfect. Okay, so now we can do the exact same thing with creating a phrase match campaign. So we would just go back to sponsored products here. And we create a campaign the same way. Broad match and daily budget 20, manual targeting, continue the next step. Within each campaign group, you can have multiple ad groups. So if you have multiple products, you could do, oops, I put broad match. So I want to do phrase match. And let's say that I always want to use one product per campaign, unless you have very, very similar products that you think will match the same keywords. I generally do it as one product so you can really isolate that product. But let's say we want to do, because I have a few products, so we want to do phrase match car duster set. So again, then I would just isolate just this, and I could do a brand new ad group within this campaign for car duster. So I could have two ad groups running on the same campaign. So I go down here and I do default bid again of $1. And I provide my own keywords. And this time I want to choose phrase match. And I would do the same thing. Car duster. This time I might want to do interior car duster and exterior car duster, because both are in my title. Dash duster And I could use the similar keywords from before and do California car duster because I know that performs. And that is a good keyword for this. And I would just click add these keywords. Again, I would go here and adjust the bids. Exterior car duster, I want to make it $1.25. Dash duster's fine. California car duster, maybe $1.50. Interior, $1.50. We see here it says 80 cents to $1.78. When you actually start getting bids, you'll see what the real cost per click is. Again, it varies by season, by all kinds of things, but it generally, this is a big range, 80 cents to $1.78. I'll put it somewhere in the middle and then gauge it from there and raise or lower it. And again, I'll press save and finish. And we'll take a look here and we'll see we now have an exact match and a freeze match campaign. So since I'm not actually using these, I'm going to delete these campaigns. So all I do is select them here and I can just press for now pause and pause those campaigns. Okay, cool. So before I show you a search term report, let's take a look at some campaigns I have that are running so you get an idea of what's going on once you actually start getting some clicks. So let's take a look at lifetime because it's only the second month of the year. I don't have a tremendous amount of clicks this year. It's also minor car products, so traditionally January, February are the slowest months. So it'll be easier to show you a lifetime because it's last year and the year before. So let's just take a look at my general pay-per-click campaign here. So let's take a look at ad group 2. So we see I'm running one product here and we'll go to keywords. So the majority of these, I do have some broad match in here. The majority of these are exact match keywords. So on the side here, you'll see you have your spend, your sales, and your ACOS. The easiest way to narrow it down is take a look at your sales or your spend. Doesn't really matter because it'll show you your highest converting keywords first. So we take a look at California duster is one of my highest converting keywords. I obviously have a very high bid because of that. Let me expand this a bit. So you can see my ACOS here is about 13% over the lifetime of the product. I've made almost $24,000 in sales from this keyword and I've spent $3,000 to make those sales. So we go to the next one, another exact match, California car dusters, spent $12.25 to make almost $9,000. ACOS is 13. Any ACOS under, depending again on your margin, but depending under about like 15 to 18% is pretty good. When I first started this business, my ACOS was about 8 to 10%, but the field got a lot more competitive. So now my average ACOS is around 15%, as you see here. So we can take a look at really, really precise keywords. We have Ultra Premium Car Duster, which is the brand name of this product. It's an exact match. I've spent $20 to make $1,285 with a 1.61% ACOS. It's phenomenal, but it's obviously someone searching for my exact product. I drive traffic through a few other things like YouTube videos, so they might have seen it on a YouTube video, looked it up on Amazon. We have some more broader stuff like car duster here is a broad search. Spent $212 to make $1,356, 15.69% ACOS, still running really well. Dusters, which is a very broad keyword, spent $119 to make $919 with a 12.97% ACOS. So you get the idea. The easiest way to adjust bids, again, is look at sales or spend, and you'll see what you're spending the most on, what has the most clicks. What you can do too here is you can do, you can do columns here, and you can select what match type, what keyword bid, impressions, so how many times your ad was shown, how many clicks you got on it, which is really good when you're looking for, which I'll add real quick. So here we can look at clicks. So we can see if I had a really high ACOS, I can look at how many clicks I had if I'm not performing well with that. You can also look at cost per click, which is another really important column. So CPC, or cost per click, shows me exactly how much I'm paying per click here. So let's say that it's showing me, I'm paying $3 per click, and it take me 3 clicks to make the sale, might not be worth it to make that sale. So again, you can adjust the columns here. The columns that you always want to have, you really want to put on cost per click too. Your spend, your sales, your ACoS, the match type, and the keyword bid. Those are really your most expensive one, your most important ones. Look at, here's broad keywords. So again, running the same product for broad keywords. I'm literally running one broad keyword on this. So spent 31 to make 230. Cost per click is 73 cents. It's doing pretty well. It's a pretty new campaign I'm running here for a broad keyword. We have phrase here, which is another match type that I showed you. Take a look at phrase. So see how I was running California car duster as an exact? I'll also run it as a phrase because I might pick up something like car duster California, which I wouldn't have picked up on the exact keyword, or big California car duster, or red California car duster. Those are all phrase matches. So the CPC is a little bit lower than running the exact match. So I have actually a little bit lower of an ACoS on this, which is good. And I've spent 232 to make 2166. So these are all phrase matches in this, and we can see some of them are a little high. Look at Duster Car, spent 70 to make 386. I'm running that one actually to rank for that keyword. Original California Car Duster, similar thing. I'm running that to rank for that keyword. Let's go back to sponsored ad campaigns here. And another one I want to show you is called Cheap Clicks. This is something to run after you've been running campaigns for a while. You basically take a ton of different keywords, go through merchant words, get thousands of keywords that might relate to your product. And you'll see here, I have a ton of campaigns running here. So if I look at all these, let's click into one real quick. Let's go to the highest spend one. So I've spent $67 to make 304. This one I spent 48 to make 405. This one's really good. I spent 44 to make 1239. So we'll just take a look at that one. You'll see here that my cost per clicks are really low. My keyword bids are 40 cents, 30 cents, 35 cents. Some of these are the same keywords I'm running, but at lower bids for phrase match, because I might pick up something, on those lower bids on a second or third page where I'm still making sales off it, where I wouldn't have been before, and I'm picking up really cheap sales. So I'll pick up a really cheap ACoS, so why not pick up those extra low-hanging fruits? So I look at, something else here. Let's take a look at a really low one. Let me go back to cheap clicks, and let's take a look at this. Pretty much all of these are going to run in phrase match, so you can get something similar. 27 cents a click. I've spent a little under $2, and I've had 2 sales from it. So great. I've spent $1 a sale. That's fantastic. 2.91% ACoS. Awesome. Down here, I've had 1 click on this for car interior brush. 23 cents. I made a sale. 0.64% ACoS. Awesome. I made a sale for 23 cents. These are all something you can do, and I'll do a module about this later on. Stuff you can do later on to create extra sales where you wouldn't have had them before, and you can get really, really cheap sales, as I just showed you. A sale for 34 cents, a sale for 27 cents, a sale for 23 cents. You can get a lot of extra sales from this from really not doing much. So the last thing I want to show you is what we talked about with these search term campaigns. So to get your search term campaigns, you're going to go over here to the reports tab, and you're going to go to advertising reports. So they've actually made this easier. Search term report, sponsored products, and let's take a look at, we can look at now actually anytime. Used to be just month by month, but let's take a look at last month's. So data total, data unit total, search term, and we're going to create report. And we don't even need to refresh it anymore because it comes up so fast now. So we're going to download that search term report. So actually, now it actually comes up in an Excel file, so that's even easier. So let's take a look at this search term report here. So here's your campaign name. Here's your ad group name. Here's the keyword that it's searched for. See, and now we see the match type here is broad. So that means that I put in best car cleaning products. The search term that the actual customer used was best car interior cleaning products. One click, and we can look over here and look at sales. So there's no sales from that. So let's take a look at one though there was actually some sales from. So if we have here, we see a sale that there's $62.98 in sales. We can even see the click-through rate. Out of all the impressions I had, 4% click-through. So we take a look, there was 8 clicks on this. My search term that I put in as broad match was California Car Duster Original. They actually searched for California Duster for Cars Original. So I got some pretty good sales out of this. I spent $7 to make 63. So that may be something now that I want to add to my exact search terms. Let's take a look at some that I made maybe a few more sales on that I might want to add. So if we scroll down here we go. So I just saw 286. So I spent $71 to make $286. So not fantastic, because that was an exact match for Car Duster. So you see again here, I show phrase match, exact match, what everyone was searching for. So let's go down again until we get to some phrase or broad match. So here's an example of the phrase match. My search term was microfiber wash. The customer actually searched for microfiber wash black. Now they didn't purchase it, but it shows the difference of what a phrase match will show up where in search terms, if you enter, where'd that go? Microfiber wash, and the customer actually searched for microfiber wash black, but it was a phrase match, so it picked up that term. Let's go back down again. And these are all exact match you can see here. So the majority of mine that I do get sales for are exact, because I'm not running a tremendous amount of broad. But let's go back to a few other broad matches and we'll take a look real quick. So here's a good broad match example. So car duster exterior. Oh, we actually looked at that one. So let's look at here. Perfect. Microfiber car duster was a search term that I put in the broad search. They actually searched for microfiber duster car with case. Probably a term I wouldn't have thought of myself. Now, 50% click-through rate. That's really good. Now, I made a sale off $1 for one sale. Great. So this I want to pick up, and I want to take this exact term here, and I can just literally copy and paste. And I'll copy that, and I'll go back to my campaign manager here. And I'm literally actually going to do this live. I'm actually adding this because it's a good keyword. So we'll go to exact match campaign 1 and keywords. And I'm going to add the keyword. So I'm going to create keyword, provide your own keyword, exact match. Oops. And I'm going to add the exact match keyword that I just found from my broad match. Add this keyword. Cool, and I'm going to put $1.50 as my keyword bid, and boom, now that keyword's in there. So you can go through your search term report once a week, once a month, whatever you want to do, and you can take those broad matches that you found for exact match keywords, and you can add those exact match keywords, and you'll probably get some sales from it.